It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning and welcome to a special edition breaking news of travel and cruise industry news on this, the 8th day of March, 2020. Good Sunday morning to all of you. I hope everybody remembered to change your clocks. If you have old-fashioned clocks that you still have to change, I have a couple. Thankfully, most of my clocks are automatic, so I don't have to think about that anymore. Of course, I do have to still go out and deal with my truck, which always takes usually several days, but that's neither here nor there. If you're new to this channel, welcome aboard. We regularly talk about, post videos about all facets of the travel and cruise industry. We have interview shows called Chillie Chats. Our travel and cruise industry news show is now regularly scheduled on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's changing, starts that way on Tuesday. That's the show that for the last 6 months or so has been at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But Tuesday we start with our new time schedule. And then when something major happens, like happened overnight last night, we immediately come live and bring you up to date on what's going on in the cruise and travel world. So with no further ado, we're going to get right at it this morning. Let me check first and make sure that I am live, since I went direct as opposed to my normal scheduling procedures. Make sure that I'm on the air, folks. So just bear with me. Sunday morning, I'm not functioning quite as well as normal. And let's see, I'm still not where I might be. There we go. Okay. Not showing that there. So anyway, I'm just going to assume that I am on live. Okay, there. Let's see. Oh, well. Not sure. So anyway, somebody dropped in the comments that somebody might know that. Oh, there's Tom Henry. He's near Punta Arenas. Yeah, welcome aboard, Tom. I don't know if you had a chance to look at yesterday's broadcast or not, but I sure had some fun over your penguin pictures and poked a little fun at you, Tom. So that was great. I love everything you're doing, Tom. So anyway, let's get back to the breaking news this morning. We've actually got information on 3 cruise ships now to discuss. The first one is, of course, the Grand Princess that we've been following for over a week now. The administration and health folks have come up with the plan. The Grand Princess will dock in Oakland tomorrow. Time has not been determined yet, but the 3,000 stranded passengers off the coast of San Francisco will land in Oakland. The sick passengers will be taken first off the ship and will receive medical treatment at facilities in California. And that will be followed by guests that require medical attention of any type. And like, for instance, folks that have prescriptions that they're running out of because the extra day at sea, extra week at sea, those will be taken off next. And then the rest of the passengers will go off. All passengers will have to be tested. Crew members from the Grand Princess will remain on board for quarantine and treatment. So they, as we asked for yesterday, they have come up with a plan of attack, and that is being carried off now. Of course, the passengers on board the Grand Princess are thrilled to get things back underway, and at least they know the direction they're heading in. So that's the first ship. The Grand Princess it's folks, again, it's not the best thing in the world for the 3,000 passengers, but it's a sensible plan attack on how to get folks back healthy, safe, and home as quickly as possible. So that's the Grand Princess. Now, the second story on this was the Carnival Princess. Not the Carnival Princess, the Carnival Panorama. Carnival Panorama was refused to land in Los Angeles when a passenger on board was showing signs of COVID-19. So they held the ship up from landing, would not let it land yesterday as it was scheduled. The testing was run on the passenger during the night last night, actually about 3:15 a.m. The information was received that the passenger had tested negative, and the Carnival Panorama was cleared to land. Due to the lateness of the hour when they got the test results, they decided to make the landing this morning. They will disembarkation was delayed. The one ill passenger was taken to the hospital, and that's where the test was run, and it was out of an abundance of caution more than anything. Again, it was decisive action to ensure health and safety to the largest amount of people. Now, the Panorama, in the meantime, was supposed to sail yesterday. So you had those, I don't know how many thousand people. I didn't even look up a bunch, 4,000 people that were supposed to sail yesterday were put up in hotels around the Los Angeles area last night, and they will sail today on a one-day shortened cruise. So the rest of the disembarkation, of course, will take place this morning. People will get home. Of course, Carnival is, they're having to take care of the expenses on that and give partial refunds on the shortened cruise. And anybody that cancels out, they're getting all their money back. And, all the cruise lines are doing all the right things. So, again, folks, this is in an abundance of caution to assure the health and safety of the largest masses of people. Again, it's not the best situation, but it's being handled, and it's being handled very quickly. Now, here's the situation with the Carnival Panorama. In 24 hours, they had a scare. It was covered. It was handled, and they're on their way, affecting 8,000 people, 4,000 people coming in, 4,000 people going out. So that's issue number 2. Issue number 3 is with the Royal Princess, and this one, unfortunately, is not near as good. The Royal Princess, and I've had pictures to flop up while I'm doing this. The Royal Princess. Oh no, that's the Grand Princess. That's the one in San Francisco. The Royal Princess. There's the Royal Princess. The Royal Princess. It was discovered, and this came out of the administration's crew of folks led by Vice President Pence, and some of their studying of the situation and working with the various officials. It was discovered that a Grand Princess employee 2 weeks ago transferred to the Royal Princess. So when they discovered that, they immediately stopped the ship because they got to test the entire crew. So again, to inconvenience the fewest amount of people and cover the major good of everyone, they have canceled one entire cruise, a 7-day cruise that was supposed to sail today on the Grand Princess out of uh, Los Angeles, going to the Mexican Riviera, has been canceled. All crew members, because this crew member that transferred from the Grand Princess, because the problems they had with the Grand Princess, now all of the folks on the Royal Princess have to be tested, and they decided that the best thing to do with that would be just to cancel the cruise. So the 7-day cruise out of Los Angeles is totally canceled. Of course, the cruise line, again, takes another blow. But Princess has gotten it. I mean, all the cruise lines have had terrible blows, but Princess seems like they've had it worse than anybody. The ship is being held in port by the authorities after that crew member, who is now on the Royal Princess, and he will be tested, as will all the crew members that would have the greatest likelihood of contacting the virus. So that's the 3 situations with 3 cruise ships going on currently. So I'll be back in a second after this word. Do you have a bad back, bad hips, bad knees, or any other mobility issues? Think about Scootaround. For scooters, walkers, wheelchairs, even oxygen needs, delivered right to your cabin. Scootaround for all your mobility needs on your upcoming cruise. All right, back at you, folks. So that takes care of the 3 major issues this morning. 2 of the issues have been handled and are in the process of coming to some conclusion. The 3rd issue with the Royal Princess is still somewhat up in the air, although this next cruise has been canceled. Again, folks, it is my opinion and my belief that if you have a cruise scheduled, do not cancel your cruise. I do not have mine canceled. Remember that this whole situation with COVID-19 affects primarily the elderly with complicated medical conditions in addition to the situation. So if you fall into that category, in that small category, elderly with complicating medical conditions, then you might want to consider not going. If you're a younger person and you're in reasonable health, go on and go. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm an elderly person that fits into the bad category. Warm weather, I should take care of this, and it'll all be gone as the weather warms. It's my belief it's a flu-like thing. It's still, even though it's spreading in this country, deaths are up to 19 now, and some maybe 400 cases. So in the whole country, still does not hold a candle to 20,000 deaths from regular flu in the last 12 months. If you really want to be afraid of something, be afraid of that, not of this. So I'd like to see things get back to normal. I'd like to see the markets get back to normal. I'd like to see the stocks on the cruise lines get back. My goodness, they've lost 50% of their value. And it's because of people keep perpetuating fear. And I don't believe that that's called for in this situation. Yes, it's a situation we need to follow. We need to watch. We need to do the proper things. Don't touch your face. Wash your hands. If you got to sneeze into your elbow. use cleanliness procedures as much as you can, because this stuff can last for days, the germ. And again, my technology might be wrong, but I'm still use common sense. And again, some of the folks that even have contracted this thing don't even know they have it, because it's that mild. It's not a debilitating disease like you're so much afraid of out there. Just my thoughts. So, and that's the thoughts from me and from wrong finger. There we go. Tina Turtle. Tina Turtle agrees with me on that. Don't you, Tina? Okay, folks. Anything breaking on this story or anything other, I'll be back on the airwaves as soon as I find out about it. And if not, we will see you on Tuesday at 11 a.m. for the next edition of Travel and Cruise Industry News. And that is the show that has been at 6 a.m. these past months. We're going to 11 a.m., so maybe I can sleep for a change. Anyway, that's it for now, with updates on the Grand Princess, the Royal Princess, and the Carnival Panorama. And I hope you folks have a great Sunday. Change your clocks if you forgot, folks. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching today's Travel and Cruise Industry News. Join us every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern for another episode. Travel and Cruise Industry News is a production of Chillie's Cruises.